Nigeria to transit from cashless to credit-based economy, Buhari says. How is he going to do it? How? Do you have money to live a credit life? President Muhammadu Buhari said Nigeria has kickstarted the process of transiting from a cashless economy to a credit-based economy. Buhari stated this yesterday at the public unveiling of the National Institute of Credit Administration as a charter in Victoria Island, Lagos. The president, who was represented by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Dr. Zainab Ahmed, stated that the event signaled that an unprecedented foundation has now been laid by the present administration for the transition of Nigeria's economy from a cash-based to a credit-based system that will serve as catalyst for economic growth and development. While charging NICA to ensure that bad management of trade credit, unethical handling of consumer credit, and unprofessional treatment in business credit dealings with small and medium enterprises are reduced to the barest minimum, Buhari commended the efforts of patriotic Nigerians and professional institutions like NICA, as well as, and particularly Mr. Chris Onalu, who is a professor of credit management who has, over the last 3 decades, championed the cause of seeing that credit management becomes a distinct profession in the country. Applauding the National Assembly for the consistent support to his administration to deliver on its promises through enacting laws critical to the successes it has recorded so far, he called on all key players to support the Institute to deliver its mandate for the development of a robust credit-based economy. Moreover, the Registrar CEO NICA, Professor Chris Onalu, while appreciating the President for signing the NICA bill into law and for accepting to unveil it publicly, stressed that credit is the driver of any economic growth, saying he was happy Nigeria is toeing this path. Onalu stressed that the economy now largely cashless, the next journey to become a credit-based economy must start now. He promised that his institute will champion this cause, working with relevant stakeholders, including the government, to ensure that the economic future of Nigeria is built on credit. The assumption of credit, he said, allows companies to produce today or on credit with the motive of paying back tomorrow, noting that no economy anywhere in the world develops without credit, urging Nigeria to borrow a leaf from developed economies. Similarly, the president, NCIA, Mr. Andy Ojeyi, said credit industry are fully aware that credit activities are dynamic, hence making credit administration a tough task. Everyone needs credit to start, grow, or expand existing businesses. Credit professionals touch every aspect of business. Hence, credit administration is the mother of all professions, he pointed out. The act that established NICA, he said, empowers the body to enhance ethics and professional conduct in the discharge of credit administration. He disclosed that the institute has developed a robust curriculum which can compete with any university curriculum, will educate people on the best ways to discharge and manage credit, promising that the body would work with several universities to ensure they teach students credit administration across the nation's higher institutions. He noted that credit empowerment is critical to economic growth and development, stating that the quality of credit demands that professionals are the ones to administer it. He added that the body will accredit government agencies that have exemplified themselves in administration of credit in the country. We are looking to work with federal government, states, corporate bodies, and relevant stakeholders to put Nigeria on the path of credit growth, he said. So the thing now is that is what Buhari is saying, and that is what NICA is saying, National Institute of Credit Administration, is also saying during their unveiling program yesterday at VI in Lagos. All right. So they are now saying that Nigeria is now cashless, and they are now moving from cashless economy to credit-based economy. Are we sure we are cashless? We need to understand what we are doing in this country. All right. Sometimes we just form bodies, form organizations. They're not laws that make them function, but the system, the baseline of the system is not working. We don't even have a baseline. All right. I really don't believe that credit facility in this country is really working anyway, except at corporate levels. So how many companies are borrowing money and producing on credit and then to pay later? How many companies in Nigeria? Right? How many companies in Nigeria? And then when you talk about credit-based economy, it's not just about small or medium-scale businesses alone, even individuals. Because if you go to other countries, you see individuals as well. They have what they call credit cards, all right, for credit-based lifestyle. So you buy with your credit card, and then when you are paid your salary, it is taken directly from your bank account to fund those credit facilities. So you establish a direct debit system so that as your money is going into the account, that those your creditors are collecting their money straight up, or your bank is paying your creditors, and whatever is left is what you use to live your life. Are we going to be able to get to that level? How many people can afford it in Nigeria? Then on this issue of small and medium scale businesses, which business in Nigeria want to produce on credit and sell? Do you have how are you going to manage power? How are you going to manage security? How are you going to manage other infrastructures? How are you going to, the environment is very toxic for a business. Then how are you going to produce on credit? You go bankrupt, right? You go bankrupt because today most people that are producing are buying diesel to run their own diesel generator to be able to produce, even to manufacture. If you go to some of the companies we have in Nigeria today, they are burning their diesel. Even in that VI, most of the companies have their head offices in that VI. They are burning diesel to keep the offices running. All right. So how can such companies, produce on credit? How? Because the environment has not, the infrastructures required for them to produce has not even been put in place. There's no power. So somebody is going to borrow money. If you're going to get the money from a creditor to go ahead and produce and pay later, so it doesn't mean that they're going to use that money to provide just power alone. You have not talked about plant maintenance. You're not talking about salaries and overhead costs. No talk of getting your raw materials. No talk of transporting your raw materials to your site and also transporting your finished product out. So at the end of the day, are we sure that all other infrastructures that supports industrialization, that supports production and manufacturing, do we have them in place before we talk about a credit-based economy? So a credit-based economy, sometimes we speak big English and then we expect common man. Nigerian man doesn't understand what you're talking about, credit-based economy. When you cannot manufacture, manufacturing sector is dead. Everything is imported. So what are you intending to produce? What? Pure water. So these are questions that we need to be asking. So all these ones that they said they came to unveil this institution, National Institute of Credit Administration in Nigeria, that is what they came to unveil in VI yesterday. All right. Now the question is, or they just made all this presentation and nobody asked them, how do we intend to achieve this? How do we intend to achieve making Nigeria a credit-based economy? Is it even cashless in the first place? How many people are using ATM cards? How many people there are so many people today, if you don't pay them cash, there's nothing you can do. They will not leave your front. So what are you saying? Are we really cashless? Because we are not cashless. It's those very few individuals, high-end and high-earning individuals are the ones trying to move their money online to make some payment. But how many people are in poverty? If you compare people that are using internet banking and banking fund transfer system to make payment to people that want their cash in their hand, who are more? Because today, over 50% of the Nigerian population don't know what they are talking about, cashless economy. All they know, they work for you, you pay them in their money in their hand. It's only few places like in Lagos, even in the Lagos itself, maybe Ikoyi, VI, all these Lekki Ajis, not even everywhere you Lekki Ajis. So there are some high brow areas where wealthy people live. Then you talk about that. But or developed cities like this Lagos, Ibadan, even in Ibadan, you understand? Everybody where Nigeria is, everybody is poor. That's the truth. Everybody is poor. The poverty rate is high. So we are not cashless. We have more people that are doing daily jobs than people that are employed. Now there's no employment. A lot of people have their small businesses they're managing, and what do? They use POS. It's not everybody that's using POS. Some people will go and collect their cash. They need their cash in their hand. Hausa man does not believe in banking. So why are we talking about cashless society? A typical Hausa man does not believe in taking money to the bank. And that is why this one now that CBN is changing Naira is affecting them. Okay? So that is what Buhari is saying, that Nigeria is now set to move from cashless-based economy to a credit-based economy. So let's ask ourselves, is Nigerian economy really cashless? That's the first question. Number two, do we have all the infrastructures in place to be able to run a credit-based economy? Are borrowers trustworthy? Or you borrow money and then the next day you declare force majeure in your small business and the money is lost. And the money you are borrowing is actually investors' money. So the money is lost. Or individuals will go to a bank to take loan, and before you know it, they have gone. The money is lost. Nigeria is not ready. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. So thank you for listening. That's what Buhari has to tell us. And let's hope that you are really ready for what he's talking about. Moving from a cashless economy to a credit-based economy. Let's have your take in this matter as well.